Alright, I'm doing a little video just showing what my process looks like for dry fire. So it's a Saturday morning and my wife is out taking care of some work stuff. So I'm doing some dry fire because that's what I like to do when I have some spare time. So a lot of times when I'm dry firing, I'm just rocking the gun and a weighted mag. So this is just like a cheap P mag for a Glock. And I've got these rounds that a buddy of mine loaded with no powder, no primer, just a projectile to give it some weight. So I keep 2 of these P mags loaded all the time with these dummy rounds, and then they're labeled DF for dry fire. That's all these mags ever get used for. They don't ever see live ammo. At this point, I don't even know if I would trust them to feed a gun with live ammo because the feed lips are just beat to crap. So anyway, a lot of times when I'm dry firing, like if I've just got 15 minutes in the evening or something, I'll just use the gun and a weighted mag, and I won't even have a belt on. I'll just do stuff from ready up and practice transitions, a little bit of movement, stuff like that. But when I have a little bit more time and I want to put the belt on and do the whole thing, how I like to do it is belt, obviously, and then I just keep an empty mag in the gun so that I'm not making a ruckus dropping dropping a heavy mag on the ground. So if I'm gonna do something, I'll draw the gun, do a few target transitions, and then reload, and it doesn't make like a ton of noise. I also, these mags are often just like half loaded so that if I want to do like multiple reloads, I'm not like, I find when they're fully loaded, they A, make a ton of noise, and then B, they like throw rounds everywhere because, like I said, those feed lips are kind of destroyed, so they drop on the ground and then like 1 or 2 rounds end up flying across the room. So I often don't have them fully loaded. Now and again, I will stuff one like totally full and just do like single reloads just to get used to the weight, but a lot of times they're not. Then this mag back here is mostly just a placeholder. I do have a round on top in case I want to practice some reloads from that back pouch, but the back pouch on like a carry optics or limited optics rig is really like an extremely last ditch thing. Like, things have gone wrong in your stage plan if you're reaching for that in that mag, for that mag. Like, stuff has gone really bad. You've probably wasted a ton of ammo and fumbled a reload, maybe fumbled 2 reloads. Like, you don't use it very much. So not that means I shouldn't practice with it, but I don't practice with it near as much as the front 2 pouches because these 2 are a lot more likely to get used. So, and for targets, I mean, I've got light switches around that I'll kind of, I like to aim at like the actual switch, not just the plate, and kind of call that like a popper. And then I have a bunch of these cardboard cutouts that I just cut out of like cereal boxes and stuff. I got some like small ones like this, and then some little bit bigger ones that are like maybe a third the size of like a real USPSA target. And so I just set those around in different places as my targets, and I kind of just move around the living room as needed. For a timer, I don't use a timer in dry fire all the time, but when I do, I like the T-Rex Arms Range Day app. They've got like a par time on there, and they have like a random one too that I think it gives you like a random par time, so it's kind of weird. I've heard some people really like it for some things. I don't really know what, like, the only thing that I've really found it useful for is to do like on the first beep you draw the gun, and then on the second beep you hit the trigger, so it's like a draw and then also a trigger control at speed drill kind of put together. It works for that, but like I'm not usually going to spend a whole dry fire session doing that drill. but the app just in general as a Dryfire timer works really well. It's kind of nice to have a beat to, you know, give you something to go for the gun on. So yeah, that's kind of my Dryfire setup and how I do things. I've got earbuds in because I like listening to music while I Dryfire. That might not be for everybody, but I kind of like it sometimes. Sometimes I'll also just listen to like a podcast or something. But I kind of like some music, get some flow going. So anyway, that's kind of how I do this. And if anybody's got suggestions, I'd love to hear them. I'd love to hear how you do Dryfire stuff, or any ideas you might have, or if you got questions, feel free to ask those too. Yeah, that's all I got. I know I've made videos like this in the past. I don't know if things have really changed since I made that last video or not, but I don't know. I guess you can go watch the old ones and see if I'm doing anything differently. See ya.